Yo.
Welcome back to the Mark Hours podcast, the official podcast of YouTube. What's good with you, Chen?
Life is good, man.
Life is good.
Life is beautiful.
I have a story. You know, me and my girl live together now, and it's cool. Except, I'm at that stage now where I have to hide things.
Like your naughty magazines?
No.
Okay.
Right now, I'm trying to wing myself off of juice. So
you hiding orange juice under the bed? That's wild.
No, man. Like, yo,
Okay.
she taking my stuff.
Oh, okay.
So I have, I'm trying to wing myself off of juice. I'm good some days. I'm terrible other weeks. You realize I said I'm good some days and terrible other weeks, but I'm getting there. So I brought these sugar-free packets to go with my water because I'm addicted to the point where when I eat, I have to have something sweet to drink with my food.
Yeah.
Some people say water tastes better with your food. I'm not there. So I'm like, so when I eat dinner, I want something sweet. So I got these sugar-free packets. You get me?
Yeah, you had water last time we went out to eat. So
yeah, like it starts off that way. But you realize I said when my food come out, bring me my lemonade.
You did?
Yeah, I have no problem drinking water, but when I'm eating, I want something sweet to drink.
I didn't remember you having lemonade.
Yeah, I had lemonade. I said, "Hey, bring me my lemonade once the food come out."
Okay.
Right. So, and that's what she did. Right. So I have these sugar-free iced tea lemonade packets. Right. 28 comes in a packet. 28 of them. It said 24. You know how they do the promo on the box? They said 24 packets with four free ones. You get what I'm saying?
I was like, all right, just say it was 28.
Yeah, just say 28. 28, right? I did not open the pack yet. I did not open the pack, right? One day I opened the pack. I opened it. And my girl, she has Crystal Light to put in her juice. To put in her water. And she asked me, and she ran out of Crystal Light, of course. And she asked me, hey, can I have one of your iced tea lemonade things, you know? I'm like, I don't like to share. Like, that's one thing about me. I don't like to share. We was in the grocery store. You saw me get one.
Why you get
one? You get what I'm saying? Sure, baby, it's 28 of them. You know what I'm saying? It's 28 of them. Don't be silly, right? I hit a stretch in my water drinking where I was doing good to where I totally forgot that I had the packets. One of them nights I was weak. I was about to order juice or go to the 7-Eleven to get juice to eat with my dinner. I was like, oh, I have the
28 joints.
27.
Oh, yeah, 27.
You know
minus one.
27 packs of iced tea. Right? I go in there, and there's no more.
Wait, they all gone?
I only had one.
Maybe it fell out. Because you know sometimes when you leave the box and the box is not sealed tightly on the back, it probably just fall off. So I don't know. You look underneath.
Did it fell and disappeared like into thin air?
Okay, maybe it didn't fall out.
It was gone.
Maybe someone stole it. Maybe
somebody did steal them.
A thief.
Not a thief. My girlfriend.
Your girlfriend.
I asked her. I said, "Hey, you drink all my sugar-free thing? I'll replace it."
Oh, that's nice.
I'm thirsty now.
Oh, okay. That's not that nice.
I'm thirsty now. You get what I'm saying?
That's what you got for the now. Not for the latest. Not for the future.
And this is the point that gets me upset, right? Which I didn't know. I'm going to share that story with another story. My mother, she used to have her little candy jar and things like that. Like, she used to love Chunkies. It was this candy called Chunkies, right? And she used to buy it in bulk, like probably 17 at one time. When there's 17 of them, you can sneak one out because it's 16. You get what I'm saying? When there's even 15 of them, you can take one out. But once it gets down to like 5 or 4, they will notice that they would take one. So once it was 26 in the box, and then at 26 turned to 20, and And then that 20 turned to 15. Like, you didn't stop or slow down from drinking my packs. When it got to 10, when it got down to 3,
You gotta say, let me go buy some more.
You knew it'd be more disrespectful to leave 3. So you were like, I might as well just finish it off. And now...
Open all 3 at the same time.
And now I relapse, and now I'm addicted to juice again because... because she didn't help me out. So that's where I'm at. So now she has her packs now of iced tea lemonades that she keeps out there. She says that, matter of fact, I caught her one time. I was asleep in my room. Well, in our room. I keep saying my room. I was sleeping in our room, and she was on my side of the bed while I was asleep. And I was like...
Damn, she ain't even still on your side.
I was like, what are you doing over here? She was like, I'm looking for your iced tea packets. I'm like, why would it be in the room? She said, I saw you grab one from here. I'm like, no, you didn't. Because I don't keep them in the room. You get what I'm saying? So I'm like, get your own. Stay out my stuff. So now she got her own. And I still hide mine because she's going to run out of hers. She ain't going to pace herself, you know? And she don't know where mine is.
That's good.
Thank you. I feel so that's the stage that we at. If you're living with someone who likes to take your things, you have to be more creative in hiding it.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's where that's probably the stage you probably get to once you're married and stuff like that.
No.
Do you like to share?
I do.
Oh, well that's interesting.
I do.
I don't like to share. I don't like to share at all. Like, and I think what people who like to share do, they like to share with you, thinking that you're going to do it in return.
Yeah.
Hey, you freaking have some of my food if you want some. I don't want your food because I never want you asking for my food.
I would say this though. There's been times when me and my girl went out to eat and it been so good. I'm like, oh, you gotta try this. And I look at her food. I'm like, nah, I'm good. So it's like, you know. So sometimes you just share because you want to share
and with me,
how it tastes.
Y'all,
now you can't say I get some more. Like, come on, man. Eat your food.
No. But she had to right because it tastes so good that you want her to try.
You should have got it.
Okay.
Like I want you to taste.
But
eat.
I also have another thing about me. I don't eat after people.
Yeah.
So like even when I don't eat after my girl, I don't drink after my girl.
Interesting.
So like,
but you kiss her.
Yeah, it's not the same. She say the same thing.
So what's the difference? It's actually worse.
No, it's not because
you actually exchange it straight saliva.
No,
not diluted, nothing.
No. Stop it. Ugh. When I'm kissing, I'm in a kissing mood. When I'm eating, I'm in an eating mood. I'm not romantically eating my food.
Okay.
But when I'm kissing, I'm already in that mindset of nastiness. You get what I'm saying?
Kissing is the least nasty thing you can
do. You said we exchange the saliva and spit.
Okay.
I kiss, like pecks and stuff like that. I'm not exchanging my saliva and spit. But if I'm exchanging saliva and spit, oh yeah, we already crossed lines that that's fair. You know what I mean? So that's what, and the reason why I don't eat after that, because I never ate after anybody in my life. Even like my mom and my dad.
Really?
I never ate after them.
Interesting.
So that's why I'm like, food is such an intimate thing. It's so intimate. I know sex is, but food is very like 1B, to where it's like you don't want to disrespect nobody by just taking their food.
Yeah, but
I know I agree with you. I know I love this person, but just don't take my food.
Don't take. Never take. Like if my girl just like yo.
But guess what?
Throw that. I take a fork.
But like, what are you doing? But all the other times, you gave her the open door to try your food. So you build that comfortability without you knowing. Nah,
you don't, because I would break that comfortability that second.
Okay.
If it's in your mouth, like yo,
okay,
open up,
okay,
that food.
Oh no, that's nasty.
Hey, my kissing mood stays on.
Monkeypox are real out here, but
hey, baby, you been kissing other people? Like all these bumps on my.
Oh yeah, you're dumb.
Yeah, we over. Oh no, yeah, we over.
Yeah, but that's where we are. That's the stage that I I did expect to come so soon. Was like,
It's been what, 2 months now?
Probably since probably 2 full months probably. So I wasn't expecting it to be this soon, to where it's like, oh, I gotta hide things. I'm like, oh, we're here now. Okay.
That's hilarious.
I'm like, oh yeah, I gotta hide things.
So when she used to come visit, she would never like take things?
No.
She took your pot one time.
She took my what?
Your pot.
She did take my pot. I do remember that. She took the leftover food. I was so bad, man. I was so bad. I was like, yo, she took my pot. I was looking at that fridge as if like shells was gonna appear.
Yeah.
I was like, where the food at? This is like 3-day leftovers. She was like, I took them. And like, I was so mad about the leftovers. I just had to be mad about, because like, objectively, she cooked it. I couldn't be mad about the leftovers, but she didn't have to take my pot.
So you could be mad about the pot.
Exactly. So I was mad about that. I yelled about the pot.
Like, you took my pot?
I said, so what am I going to cook?
You got another one, Chris.
I got like 3 of them.
I love that one.
Exactly. So that's where I am in my relationship. It sounds fun. It ain't fun. But
yeah.
You just adjust.
So one thing I'm gonna do for the duration of this next couple episodes.
What's up?
Okay. Keep my pants out. I was looking at some of the videos last time with the white shirt. Oh. We were all the way up here. I was like, oh, something's gonna fly out. Like, this man wilding. Why his shorts that high? I realized it was me. I was like, okay, if I'm gonna wear these shorts, I'm gonna have to sag a little bit. Okay, I can show some knee, but not all.
Okay, yeah, I feel you. So now we're about to continue on with part 3.
Yes, part 3
of the getaway with Chen when he had his experience when he went to the getaway house.
Yeah.
You went there for like your 30th or did?
Yeah, for my 30th.
Okay, he went there intentionally for his 30th. For his 30th.
Bring in right before I brought in the new decade of life. You know?
Yeah, so the tiny house. So what are we going to talk about today? Last episode we talked about how we should not have a negative reaction, rather, to boredom. You know, sometimes
it could be good.
It could be good for you. It could be healthy to be bored because it causes your brain to go into creative things, creative parts of your brain that you're not using if you always externally stimulating it, but us internally stimulating it. And I asked a question there at the end of the last episode of, it's easy to do that at the getaway house.
Yeah.
But can you do that at home? Because the getaway house, if you don't know where a getaway house is usually located in the woods, away from community, away from the city.
Yeah.
It's past the suburbs, you know what I'm saying? But Chen lives in the city. I live close to the city. Mm-hmm. So is it possible for me to obtain this insight or this level of peace or this level of work or whatever you want to call it? Serenity while I'm home. Walk me through what you experienced.
And yes, I said yes and no.
Okay.
It was like, is it possible without that environment? I said no. Is it possible to have it at home? Yes. But you have to build that environment, right? As most of you guys know, some of you guys might know, I deal with ADD.
I knew that.
It was really bad when I was younger. It's still bad now. But I think now everybody kind of understands what I've been dealing with. Why? Because we have so many distractions. And that's kind of what the episode's about. Mm-hmm. Distractions. And before I even get to it, I am wondering, do you have like a distraction kryptonite, like that one thing, app, website, video games? That's your distraction kryptonite. For me, YouTube. I was like this morning, I actually set everything up last night. I went to spend time with my girl last night. And I was like, I might not have time to set up before you get here tomorrow. So last night, this morning, I woke up around like 8 o'clock. I was supposed to, I did some coding. I was supposed to read a little bit before I head over here to meet you. And I did some coding, got that done. I was on YouTube for the next hour. And it was like 9:30. I was like, I just spent an hour on YouTube. I didn't even read my book, and it's a good book, Dune. I don't know if you guys seen the movie, but the book is also good. But yeah, I spent an hour on YouTube. YouTube has always been my YouTube kryptonite. I even went to therapy not for the YouTube, but we diagnosed the YouTube as me being addicted to YouTube, and it was something that I needed to do to get that over. And I think at the time, I was kind of like, I'm paying money to go to therapy for you to tell me I'm addicted to YouTube. But there was a little bit of truth to that.
It's kind of crazy since we're the official podcast of YouTube.
Shout out to YouTube. Yeah. I'm not saying not to watch YouTube. Everybody should watch YouTube.
Yeah.
But you should manage it, right? I think for us, especially in this society we live in, it's so easy to get distracted because we have everything at our fingertips now.
Yeah.
You could watch TV easily. Any show you want to watch is on our fingertips. You could, get entertained by, small videos, quick, easy videos that you don't have to invest so much time. You could go on TikTok, watch about 20 videos in the span of 20 minutes? And same thing with IG. You can go on Twitter, find some of the funniest content easily. Like, it's not like you have to work towards anything to get these things. And so these things are so easily available that it's easy to get distracted. If you like, I'm bored, you can easily just fix that. Or if I don't have nothing to do, you can easily fix that. And the thing with a lot of these apps, which I think we kind of talked about this before, it's like they're designed to keep your attention.
Yeah.
Like that's how they make money. The longer you're on YouTube, the more money they make. Because you're watching more ads. The longer you're on Twitter, same thing. IG, same thing.
Yeah.
So the more you on these services, the more money they make. So they're designed to keep you on. And they have an easy way to track. They see, okay, how long did this person watch this video? Okay, they don't like these type of videos because they only watch this 10-minute video for a minute. How long did they watch this video? Oh, they watched it almost all the way. So they like these videos. So they watch 8 minutes of this 10-minute video. So we're going to recommend more of those type of videos. And we're going to see what are they closely resemble with other users. Also, these users like these videos. So then maybe this user will also like this video. Oh, they do? Okay, so we're going to pair these videos.
And so, feed it to them,
so now on YouTube, you only went there to watch one thing, to learn how to fix one thing from Final Cut Pro. But now you watching some random guy playing Fortnite, a game you never played before. So it's like, so you just gotta be saying all that to build an environment where you can be more present, where you can allow yourself to be bored. You have to fix the defaults, meaning you might not have YouTube, Twitter, all these things on your phone. For me, I even eliminated Safari. So I don't even have internet on my phone. Like, I have internet, but I don't have browsers where I can look up. Because I remember I used to take off YouTube, Twitter, and then I'd be wanting to watch something real quick. I was like, damn, I don't got YouTube on my phone. I just quickly go on Safari, go on YouTube.com. Yes, it was a little buggy. Yes, it didn't work as well as the YouTube app.
But I got my fix.
I'm watching now. And so just taking Safari off the phone, I realized I've been on my phone a lot less. Now, I haven't tested this out because I've only been back for 4 or 5 days. So I haven't really tested this out, but there is ways that you can build an environment where you are more present, where you have to be bored, because it is hard. Like, it is a drug in a sense. Like, I would never expect somebody who's dealing with alcohol to say, oh, how can you stay sober if you always around alcohol? It's like, how can you stay focused? How can you stay present? How can you allow yourself to be bored if you always have entertainment at your fingertips? And it was, for me, it was removing those things. And I think that's the one way you could kind of build that environment for yourself within your house. Eliminating, easy access. The book that I was reading said that, even delete, remove yourself from Netflix and all those other places and go back to what they call Redbox. What's that thing you used to go to?
Redbox.
Yeah, go back to getting one movie at a time versus having all the movies at once, where you watch one movie, you might watch another, you might watch a TV show, you might watch that. Whereas if you know, like, oh, I really want to watch that movie. You know what? That's what we're gonna watch this weekend.
And how much Redbox cost? Like $2,
$1, $2, or even even these services, they have an option where you just pay for the movie for that night. It's expensive, but you might, because it's expensive, you might just watch that movie for the whole week.
You know what's crazy? If Netflix is how much? Like $17 a month.
Yeah,
about that.
It's getting to 20 now.
You don't look very happy about that, you know? Mm-hmm. If you was intentional with Redbox, you would spend less money watching whatever you want to watch.
Yeah.
Movie-wise.
Yeah.
Not series-wise. Netflix is great for series. Yeah. I love Netflix for series.
Yeah, definitely.
But movie-wise, I watch a movie, and I'm sorry, I don't mean to bash this, but I had to tamper or like I have to fix my expectations when I see his movies. I saw Man from Toronto with Kevin Hart. Kevin Hart new movie, right? And
wait, why you gave that disclaimer just now?
And Kevin, just say you in it for the money, bro. Like, just say. And granted, if that's the case, I'm with it. I'm not gonna say.
I'm not gonna stop you.
I'm not. Was it an enjoyable watch? Parts. Kevin is cool.
Yeah.
Kevin's my guy, and you know me. I'm a Kevin.
You're a Kevin.
I'm a Kevin guy. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? But there's no way he looked at that movie and said, "This is gonna progress my movie career,
my legacy."
He's like, "This is an enjoyable watch. You paying me this amount, I do it."
Yeah.
But my thing is, if I was to be on Redbox, that would only cost me $1. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Technically, watching that, because I don't watch Netflix a lot. I only watch Netflix that night because I'm like, oh, Kevin Hart new movie on there? Let me check him out. Technically, I haven't watched Ozark yet or Stranger Things. To watch that movie, it cost me $17.
I mean, if that's the only thing you watch.
That's the only thing I watched for that pay period. They already took the money out. I guess I should have watched Stranger Things before the money came out.
Damn, that's facts though.
But so I'm like, I only watched one thing this month.
Yeah.
And that was that movie. And I was like, Kevin. But I don't want to distract you from your point.
No, but that's a good point to make though, right? Because it's like, even with streaming services, it's like, even though the conversation is distraction, I'm about to switch gears a little bit.
Okay.
Even with streaming services, we pay all this, and I'm kind of the same way. I'm paying for Netflix. I'm paying some of it, the HBO now with my sisters. I'm paying for.
You pay for Hulu?
Well, it comes free with Spotify.
Okay.
So I'm paying for Spotify. Hulu's free. I'm paying for Funimation. I was thinking about paying for Apple TV. I'm not doing that.
Don't do Apple TV.
Comcast comes with what? What's that joint?
Flex or
Perry
Peacock. Peacock lit though.
I haven't seen it yet.
Peacock lit though. It's only $5. So,
but it's still money. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not watching.
But $5 for the original. $5 a month for like the original content. You still can watch stuff on there for free.
Oh, okay,
but like there's like original content on there that you're not gonna get. You're not gonna get the live TV for $5 and things like that. So
like the Ted Lasso or whatever.
Yeah, but they make you pay for The Office now.
They do?
Oh yeah, you ain't, because The Office one of their biggest shows. You ain't gonna watch The Office for free. You need.
It comes with $5 though, right?
It comes with the $5. But I'm saying if you have Peacock without $5.
Yeah.
But you're not gonna watch The Office without the $5. You watch the other shows that failed on.
But the thing is, I don't watch it.
Yeah.
And so even with me like thinking about these things, it's like maybe I do like an a la carte. It's like if I want to watch something, I just pay for that thing instead of paying for these streaming services, which I love. Like, you know, this is the dream.
This is convenient
This is the dream. This is when I was a kid. I was like, why can't I have all the shows all at once and just watch? Now we actually have it, and you're like, I complain about it. But for me, and maybe other people can relate, there's been times I've been on Netflix and I spent 30 minutes looking for something to watch. You can't relate. I would be on there for like, do I want to watch that? No, I don't want to watch that. Do I want to watch that? No, I don't want to watch that. I'm just scrolling, reading things, watching trailers, doing everything but watching the show. I'm like, yo, this is not for me. And this goes back to a couple episodes ago that we talked about how some people are satisfied and some people are maximized. Mm-hmm. But scratch that. But outside of that, though, the way to build an environment for yourself is to eliminate a lot of these distractions, and then only pull them out. And so when I say eliminate, it's like make it harder, because I could always re-download YouTube. Yeah, but it's a hassle to re-download YouTube, log into my account just to watch one video. Mm-hmm. So it makes me think, do I really need to re-download YouTube? I did when I went to the grocery store to do a recipe. I was like, oh, what's that ingredient again? I went to YouTube to look up, okay, what exactly is that recipe? Mm-hmm. And now I deleted right after. But it makes you think before, just like, because sometimes, I don't know if other people can relate, sometimes I just go to my phone, not thinking, and then I just click, and I'm on YouTube, or I'm on Twitter.
That's it's definitely like, one of, like, it goes just like this. It goes Twitter. Oh, nothing going on Twitter? Instagram? Nothing going on Instagram? YouTube.
And I'm not really present. Like, I'm just kind of going through the motions. Exactly. Like, it's like, and then and then I look up. It's like 3
hours later.
It's like 2 hours. I'm like, what the heck? I haven't done anything for work. And that's how I know. If I go back to work, I ain't got all these things. I'm probably gonna bust out my work in 2 hours and then have the rest of the day for myself. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I think that's and to answer your question from the previous episode, I think that's one way to build an environment for you to thrive in like regular society. So yeah.
But that's so hard to do, because it's like we're so used to these things. And these things are tools for some people. It's to the point where these things that was only supposed to be things to add to your life are now people's lives. Yeah. This is how people get paid. This is how people make a living. I have to know how like the YouTube thing is going. I have to know about Reels. I have to know about videos. I have to know about hashtags. I have to know about TikTok. You get what I'm saying? And it's just those simple things. Like, for example, my sister-in-law is in real estate now, right? And she said something that made me think to myself. I'm like, you don't really need to know that. She asked me, she brought something up across the lines of talking to her daughter, saying she has to teach me TikTok for her real estate business. And in my head, I was like, you don't need to know TikTok for your real estate business, but you might need to know. I don't know. You get what I'm saying? Because it's just the way that the world is going. Works. It's just the way that the flow of traffic is moving. So that's what I'm saying. I always laughed at the idea of you always joking around of you saying you want to move to Wyoming. I don't know you should move there. It's not enough black people there, but I'll let you go. You get what I'm saying?
You won't even know.
Pretty much.
You'd be the only person in the only 100-acre radius. So it should be you and your family.
But my thing is, that is a dream to have that much isolation to yourself. If I had that much isolation to myself, I wouldn't have no choice but to get stuff done. You get what I'm saying? That's why some people say, if you want to get stuff done, like this back in the day, I haven't heard this in a while, but if you want to get stuff done, go to the library. You get what I'm saying? Because there's no TVs in the library. You get what I'm saying? You have to be quiet in the library. There's no talking in the library. Now, I guess the new library is maybe Starbucks, but I can't work in Starbucks. It's even Starbucks, the way that it's supposed to be, a cafe type of thing, is too fast. Yeah. Because there's people always going in and out. So, but a library, you can find a space in the library and potentially see nobody. Yeah. Like, you can literally walk in and out of the library. But we're not librarians. I don't like too much quiet. You get what I'm saying? That's not my everyday experience. So that's why I'm like, I get your notes and your getaway experience and things like that. But how realistic can it be if you had to go, how far, 3 hours out to get this? You get what I'm saying? Like,
no, that's fair. I mean, I think it's always been a steady progress, right? Because I don't have social media like that.
True.
And even with me, I delete YouTube off my phone a bunch of times, but even then, it keeps getting re-downloaded and reused.
It doesn't help that I send you YouTube videos either.
Hey, now that Safari's off my phone, I can't click on it and watch it, so I only watch it on my laptop.
Okay.
And so it's like, if I'm out and about, I can't distract myself. I get very into, and now I'm using my laptop a lot more because now everything that I need to do from YouTube or Safari or whatever, I have to do it through my laptop. So if I'm out and about, I can't just go to my phone and just start distracting myself. But how realistic is it? I think it's as realistic as you want it to be. I know certain people are working. You have to use these things.
Yeah.
But that's work. Like, I have to go to work tomorrow.
And you have to get on your computer.
Yeah, I have to get on my computer. But when you're not working, you don't have to use these things. And when you are working, you don't have to be mindlessly scrolling. I think that's the issue, right? It's not the fact that you're posting pictures or you're making content. It's the fact that people. It's more the consumption. Don't know what I was trying to.
Take your time.
It was more the consumption of these things that I think is the issue, not the producing content for them. Because you let's be realistic. If you get 8 hours of sleep, right, which is ideal, you're probably only have 60 hours to use. You're working maybe 6 to 8 out of those hours, so you might have 8 hours for like everything else. So that's eating, cooking, cleaning, hang out with other people. So maybe you have 2 hours, 3 hours for like things that you want to get done. But if you're on YouTube, social media, or Facebook, or one of these social apps, or Netflix, or whatever, usually they take 3 hours. Usually you on that joint for 3 hours. So one or two things will happen. You either sacrificing sleep, or you sacrificing wanting to get those things that you want to get done. And so when you realize how much these things are taking out time from your daily life, you start to understand that, it's not that I don't have time. It's that I'm being distracted by all these other things that are just taking up my time.
Yeah.
And that's why I realized when I was at the getaway house, it's like, I'm chilling. Like, I don't feel like, I'm rushing, or I have no time, or I just wasted the day. Because I've really been in the moment the whole day. Like, it's not like I wanted to sleep. Okay, I'm going to take a 30-minute nap. I'm going to read. I'm going to read. I'm going to journal. I'm going to go on a hike. I like, that vacation was one of the first vacations where I didn't feel like I wanted to come home early, but I also didn't feel like I wanted to stay longer.
It was the perfect.
It was perfect. And it was like, and so it made me wonder, like, am I not taking into my day? Because when I'm home, I do feel like I don't have enough time for things. Like, even, the technical difficulties we had earlier on.
That was 30 minutes right there.
Yeah, but I was like, life is okay. Like, it's not the worst that's going to happen. Either it's not going to get itself fixed, or it's going to get itself fixed, or we're going to figure something else. And so I think, once you have, so these are the key points.
Okay.
Eliminate distractions, builds an environment where you can get more done and not feel rushed, but then gives you the mindset of, I'm okay. There's peace, there's serenity. Like, because when you feel like you don't have time, when you feel like time is being wasted, that's when you get a little angsty. But when you feel like, you know what, time is not being wasted. I'm really enjoying what we're doing. Even the podcast, like, sometimes I'm like, we gotta get this, we gotta get 4 done, we gotta get 5 done, we gotta get 20 done, and like, and then when you feel like, man, we only been talking for like 30 minutes, are we gonna be able to, like? But when you really enjoy what you're doing, really enjoy the conversation, it's like you don't feel like it was too long. You don't feel like it was too short. It's like, that was a good episode.
It's just a natural feeling of good. Now, question. I guess this is a question when it comes to, I guess, the getaway house. You get what I'm saying? Or just with distractions in general. I kind of forgot my question, so that I'm trying to pivot to like another question while you try to
That was too much sneak. Too much style.
It was too much style. You trying to get us striked off of
demonetized.
off of
Not monetized though. But.
Off of YouTube. No, in the getaway experience, right? You talk about all these good things that you picked up.
Yeah.
Is there any cons that you felt dealing with, like, this not, or maybe not cons. Cons is a little bit harsh, but things that didn't meet the expectations of, like, this is not good, or this not good for me, rather, when it came to the getaway house and things like that.
I would, as far as expectation, I thought the cabin would be a lot nicer.
Okay. It's more just regular.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was like, and then it was some weird tear. I don't know. When you see the pictures, it looked like some like luxury, like all windows, so much light. You're by yourself in the top of the mountain type of thing with a beautiful view. That's what it looks like. Mm-hmm. It's not like that. I also thought it would be like transformative. Like I thought I would go there for 4 days, which is a silly thought.
I just remember my question, but keep going.
I would go there for 4 days and I'll come back this brand new person with new ideas and like, okay, I'm ready to take on, like the way you like handle 29 to 30. Mm-hmm. I thought that's what's going to happen to me. Like, okay, this is what I want to do for my 30s. That didn't quite happen. But I think I anticipated that before I went. Like, I was like, usually I build up an idea and I usually get let down because I have these expectations for certain things. And I'm learning you just can't have those expectations. Yeah. You just got to meet whatever the thing is at what it is. So
yeah, I took my 30s pretty hard. Not hard in the sense of like I was trying anything. But I wrote a 30 for 30 goal, like mainly because I remember all my 20s. I don't remember everything from 10 to 20, but I remember everything from 20 to 30.
Really?
Which means I'm going to remember everything from 30 to 40. You get what I'm saying? And I can remember being 20, and now I'm 30, and it's like, wow, that went fast. Yeah. And to your theory, which you always told me, you said, the Earth is spinning faster, and time is going faster, potentially.
Well, I don't know the Earth is spinning faster.
Maybe not spinning faster, but we feel like time is
moving faster.
Time is moving faster.
That's due to you being older. And so 1 year for a 30-year-old is shorter than 1 year for a 5-year-old. That's
Makes
like
sense.
1/5 of his life.
Makes sense. So maybe, is that what you was, to your point, was there a deeper intention or a more intentional response to you turning 30? Because you're like, 10 years from now, I'll be 40. And how did you not, because you said you didn't come back with a transformative type of mind, how did you not force yourself to journal goals that is outside of your realm of possibility? Because sometimes, and when I say outside of possibility, maybe that's the wrong way of saying it. I'm not saying you can't do anything. Yeah. But sometimes because you feel like, oh, in 10 years I'll be 40, I then begin to write goals or begin to predict things that may be out of my reach. So how did you continue, kind of like this? Think of it as a marathon runner, right? A marathon runner, you start off in first place. I'm just gonna use your life since this is a getaway with Chin, right? You start off in first place. You go to college. You go to a great college, right? You graduate college and things like that. But you're not in first place no more. You kind of behind a little bit. You know what I mean? You
probably like 8th.
You probably 8th.
Chicago.
Stop it. Stop it.
Nah, shout out to her.
Right?
She's the second fastest. Still 6th.
It don't matter because she ain't qualified for the championship. So
that's that.
Yeah, but in a race of 10, I'm just gonna use 10. You graduate college, probably not the major you initially wanted at first, but you finally got through with it. now you're in 8th place, but you was in 1st. You get what I'm saying? Then you get this job, right? And then you're now like in 4th place, but the job let you go. So now you in 10th place. You in last place.
Way you put it,
dude. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But it's a marathon. A race ain't over.
Yeah.
But you're in 10th place. Then you get a new job. You're like, oh, I'm in 5th place, right? Mm. And then you're like, oh, I'm making good money. Okay, I got a house. I'm in 4th place, right? But the race is not over, and you're not in 1st. Yeah. So how do you continue your pace of I'm still running my race, right? And I'm not going to try to expedite and try to go faster and potentially not burn myself out, but not run my own race. Because people take 30 and they can kind of use that time to catch up. Mm-hmm. Or use that time to continue what they already started. You start, even though your foundation may have started later than others, you have a good foundation that you built. So that's why I was looking at your 30s completely different than my 30s. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why that transformative thing that you probably was looking at me like, oh, I experienced it this way, is because I'm trying to build a different foundation, especially I got a girl, so I'm thinking about her as well. Yeah. So it's like, oh, we're running 2 different races. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So how do you continue your race of, hey, I'm not transformative, but if I keep up the pace that I'm doing, I can end up top 3, maybe even 1st place by the time I'm 40. I don't have to get a vending machine. I know I made that joke like in the last episodes and stuff like that. Yeah. I don't have to purchase four vending machines. Hey, when I got my house, I was doing vacations. That got me down in 9th place, but now I'm good with my money. My budget is good. It's up right now. You get what I'm saying? Compared to, let me run someone else's race. Let me do what I think I'm supposed to do at 30. Let me, you know what I mean? Like, it's hard because I actually experienced that when I turned 30, and it becomes even more realer at 31 because I'm like, I had 10 years. Now I have 9 years. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So like, did you experience that intentionally when you went to the getaway house, or did I made it more deeper? Did I red table talk that analogy? Wow. Did I read? Well, damn.
So a couple of things.
Okay.
I did go into that getaway house wanting to do that, to write those 40 goals. I think the more I was reading the books I was reading, journaling, the more that I realized I'm gonna write goals eventually.
Of course.
Yeah, that's going to happen. But I don't want the focus to be goals, right? I want the focus now to be I had a good life. And I remember, like, my 20s, there was like ups and downs. Mm-hmm. But there was some funny moments. I won't say good moments. Like when I got laid off. That was a funny moment.
That was a funny phone call.
That was a funny moment. I called you and my phone died. My sister, my mother, I told my mother, because we have a family group chat, the 4 of us. I told my 2 sisters and my mother, it's like, I just got laid off. And it was like, what? And I called you. I said, hey, yo, I think I just got laid off. And we talked. And then my phone died. And my mom and my sister didn't know what happened. They thought I jumped off a building or something. You know, I had that moment when we went to Miami. Yeah. And I saw you with the cigar. Yeah. You know, even with my ex, we had great moments. And, you know, my girlfriend now, like, we have amazing moments. And all the friends that I had, salsa dancing. Like, there was so many moments. And I think if I don't remember those moments, I'm like, oh, I wasted my 20s. Or, because there was towards the end, there was a lot of like, oh, I need to catch up. But, you know, even this past, like, couple, maybe this is just my girl coming into my life. But even the last couple of months, like last 6-7 months, I haven't been like, oh, I need to do this, I haven't been like that, right? but this is the most productive I've been in life.
Mm.
And so, having that thought and having that idea is like, okay, in my 30s, what do I want to do? I want to build stronger relationships with people. I think, a lot of my friends just suffer in my 20s. Which is not funny, but,
Okay,
it's
like
but not only with people, but with people that I really care about. So, like you, my family, my girl's family, really, and even the close friends that I have now that I just don't check in like that, but they keep popping up. I want to build stronger relationships with them, right? I don't want to waste my days on social media and just entertaining things. I want to do things that I really like to do. Like I would say I really like to do. I haven't really done it, but painting. I want to start dancing more. I want to learn a different language. I want to travel more. I want to, just be around the city, go to different events, things that I look back and I'm like, oh, that was a good time. Oh yeah, I remember when you did that. I want to do more of those. And I think it's funny because our first episode in the series is like being present versus making memories. But I do want to make memories. And I think that's something that I'm very keen on. And I think making memories, like you stated, you can't really make great memories if you're not present. And I think that's something that I'm trying to do in my 30s. Be more present and be more intentional about my time.
Yeah. Sometimes if you're present, the memories happen. It happens by itself.
Yeah.
If you're present, you're not gonna remember Beyonce looking at you. Like if Beyonce never said that she was looking at you, you wouldn't even know that she was looking at you until you look back at the
video. Like, oh my gosh, she was so close.
But you didn't experience that powerful eye-to-eye contact that
with Beyonce
that you was talking about. I'm sorry, I'm probably gonna have to break away. I can't let nobody know for a long period.
I'm looking at Beyonce the whole time. She looked at me. Is she right here?
Eyes burning, you ain't blinking.
Yo, if it ain't the 4, what's that album? Is it 4?
I think it is 4.
If it ain't 4, I don't know the song.
Really?
So, if she's singing Countdown, oh yeah, we sing it together.
Okay.
If she's singing something from Lemonade, I'm sorry. I'm gonna just be looking at it, just smiling like. But yeah, so I think that's what I took away from it is like being more intentional and being more present, and the way to do that is eliminate distractions. And allowing yourself to be in the moment, whether that causes boredom or not, like allowing yourself to be in that moment.
It's weird because the more you speak, especially with the Getaway series, the more you speak of how things need to change and how your everyday defaults in life and your environment and how you got to stay present, the more things stay the same. Like, this is how life was back when I was a child, back in the 90s. You get what I'm saying? In 1991. So it's like, but I can't imagine, like, not having a phone.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? But back in the day, I didn't have a desire to have a phone. It's kind of like, once you experience it, we use that analogy of, like, once you go to first class and you fly first class, that's like your new norm now. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. So as busy as life is, or as busy as your environment may be, that's the new norm. and like you said in the last episode, you gotta try. You like to think of yourself as someone who could thrive in any environment.
I want to be.
At least you want to try. Exactly. Yeah. So it's like, I'm probably not going to delete the internet off my phone.
That's fair.
You get what I'm saying? One thing I do...
It's probably not a problem for you, because you do get a lot of things done.
Yeah, but the thing about me is, I'm very... My girl probably can attest to this. Well, she probably can't. I'm not a marathon runner, right? Meaning, I don't do things every day and like towards my goal.
Interesting.
So, like, for example, if I have to get this cert or if I have to work to something, usually somebody do something every day to work towards it. I'm like the guy, and I focus in for 1 month, I get it, and then it's done. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm a sprinter. Like, once I focus on it, boom, 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 boom. This is the most marathon I've ever done with the podcast and everything else like that. But
I'm like 2 years.
Yeah, but that's different though. That's different because
it's changed.
Yeah, exactly. And then
it's not the same that it was.
It's definitely not
year.
the same experience. Like every year that we've done it, even like now since we added video, I feel like I'm starting over again at zero.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, wow. Will I be able to cultivate an environment to where I can cherish the days in that way, to where I can slow down the day a little bit, and not slow it down as if I got a superpower, but really like, okay, maybe I need to make a schedule. Maybe I need a timer. You get what I'm saying? Like besides letting the day get away from me, spend 30 minutes on this, 30 minutes on that, an hour on this. You get what I'm saying? To really cherish the day. I'm not going to be those guys that be like, if you want to make use of your days, you got to sleep for 3 hours. No, like you know how people be like, while you're asleep, somebody's up working. Okay.
Well, I didn't know we was in a competition. What we working at?
I'm like, it's nighttime. You know what I mean? And I get it. Yeah. Depending how busy your day is. If your day's so busy that you got to wake up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Do you know this kid named Flight Reacts?
Oh, yeah.
So he always going on Jim Butler, because Jim Butler used to say he wakes up at like 5 a.m. And so this was before this year, even though he didn't get into the finals, but Jim Butler would make a shoot a 3 and miss. Mm-hmm. He's like, well, you should went to bed. Should went to bed a little bit longer, you know. And then if he makes it, he's like, okay, I guess the 5 a.m. mornings are working for Jim Butler. Give it up for Jim Butler. That joint be having me crack up.
But it's crazy. Like you really have, and that's the thing about it. Besides you telling me exactly what to put in my environment, I think what you're saying, or what I perceive from it, is you have to cultivate your environment. Yeah. Or else the environment is going to cultivate itself, and whatever's there is going to be there. You get what I'm saying? So like, society is going to move at the flow with the flow of traffic.
However,
whatever the trend is, it's going to move that way. And if you don't have your own foundation or your own standards or your own defaults, to your point, it don't have to be as extreme as a getaway. You ain't got to lock your phone away. You ain't got to use a red phone. You ain't got to use a lantern. You ain't got to go on hikes. You ain't got to drive 3 hours away to a cabin. No. But sometimes when you got to sit your behind down, and I'm not saying you got to go to jail, it forces you to come up with a plan for the next day.
Yeah.
It forces you to be like, all right, what am I going to do? And maybe that's what I need to implement, and maybe some of our viewers need to implement their own environment and things like that, and not really understand. Some of us are adopting environments and thinking it's our environment, but really it's everybody else's environment. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like the social media thing, I always find it interesting how these creators always say, yeah, my children don't use Facebook.
Oh, yeah, that is wild.
I'll be like, whoa.
Like, they don't have phones.
What? By the way, Meta.
I know. Our sponsors for today is Meta. Wait, you just told me.
We are now teaching heart surgery through Meta and things like that. But yeah, my kid's not allowed to be on the phone. No. Do y'all hear him?
They know something we don't know.
Exactly. But is there something else in this getaway experience that help you or want to enlighten you and things like that?
I just want to piggyback on what you said.
What's up?
I think, and I kind of touched on this before, but yeah, everything is the default, right? Like the phones. One thing you taught me, and I think this was when the journey started. That moment right there. You told me you don't have notifications for messages.
No.
I was like, oh yeah, that is an option. Mm-hmm. But the default is to have notifications.
It's already on, exactly.
So I remember when I turned that joint off, I was like, oh, that's interesting. I turned off notifications for Facebook at the time, Twitter, all these different, Gmail, all those things. And I think that's when I realized, and when I started doing that, I was less distracted. I stopped going on my phone as much. I started going on Twitter as much. I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I was like, you know what? I don't even be on IG. I should be looking at people's stories. I deactivated my accounts on IG, deleted IG. Deactivate. Well, no, I didn't deactivate Twitter, but I deleted Twitter, deleted Facebook, deleted all these social media accounts. That happened before the getaway. That happened last year. So, oh, damn! I feel a little bit happy. I don't feel like I'm chasing something, and then I think that was around the time. What was it? It was so I deleted it before, but then I remember that whole like high school reunion thing.
Oh yeah.
It was like an ego death thing, and that happened. Yeah, so that happened, and I started to build on myself a little bit more. So it's been a progression, right? Like I don't think anybody would go to the getaway house if they wasn't already on that journey. I think I'm just giving you guys these things about something that I'm willing to do for the next life, next stage of my life.
That was the next step towards your journey.
Yeah,
the getaway house. You know what I mean?
And then and so I just delete all these things. I delete Gmail off my phone. I deleted all these things. Just so this thing. Oh, that's not my phone.
Yeah, don't touch my phone.
Yeah, that was probably weird. I don't like people touching my phone either. But this phone doesn't become my life, right? And not my life as in like something that I use for work but it's not something. It's not my life, but it's a tool,
man.
And so since I've been back, I've been using my phone as a dictionary. I've been using my phone as a app tester. Things that I've been wanting to do for a while. Like I wanted to build up my vocabulary for a while.
Get that $1,000 worth out.
Yeah, I'm gonna still use my phone.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah, get that $1,000 worth out of your phone.
I'm gonna use my phone. It's just that I'm not gonna let the phone use me.
Oh.
That was corny, but I like it. I
feel you.
But yeah, that's about it.
Listen, when I turn off my notification for my messages, life changing.
Yo,
it's still off. And dude, like, you know what the fun part is? Messages still get answered to.
Yeah. Probably even more.
Probably.
I'm probably a better texter now than I was when I had messages. I'm telling you,
like,
cause now I have time when I click on it. I'm like, okay, let me respond to that. Versus
I have no. It doesn't vibrate. The only time you will get a response from me is when I check to see if I have messages. Yeah. Not, I'm in the middle of something. Nah.
Yeah.
Nah. And if you really need something, call me.
Call. I had to tell my girl because I think I told her last month. She would text me like I'm outside.
I do the same thing every podcast, and I'll be like, "Let me call this guy, bro." I'll be like, "Yo, there's pictures out here, man."
I would see that she texted me like 4 minutes ago. After she called me. She's like, "Hey, I'm outside." I was like, "Oh, okay, I'm coming." And then I would look at my phone to see, like, maybe she texted me, and she did 5 minutes ago. It's like, so I was like, my text messages don't ring, make notifications. She's like, oh, that's why. So, but yeah, you will call.
I wonder. I'm gonna wait for a year to go by. I want to know what she really thinks of you, bruh.
Yeah, me too. No, but she's
because you have to be like, even my sister says, like, back when she said she used to like do like your sister's hair and watch y'all and stuff like that, she said Chin was always interested.
AKA weirdo.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm just like, yo, like, you have to be like one of a kind that she never encountered. Not in a good way or a bad way, but just in a way. You get what I'm saying? Like, someone who said, like, yeah, my notifications is off. Oh yeah, I'm going on the getaway house. You be good. Okay, like,
if you talk to her, you be like, just like you say, oh, this house makes sense for you, Chin. Like, oh yeah, that girl makes sense for you.
Okay, that's actually a nice thing to say. That's beautiful.
Damn.
Because
corny number 2.
Yeah,
but it was nice.
Cause yeah, man. Anything else you want to share? Is there enough material for a part 4?
Probably not.
Probably not. Like, we go through everything. Let's
be with people.
Let's make sure. Let's make sure to see if we can stretch it, or if we can't stretch it, we just include it now while we're an hour in. Did you find something?
There's one last thing about this whole distraction thing.
Okay, go ahead.
And this is going to be its own thing, but I don't think I have enough. Treat treats as treats.
Okay, Dr. Seuss.
And so this came about
treats as treats.
Treats as treats.
Okay.
And it was like so the way I opened it up when I was journaling was like a cinnamon bun is not a snack. It's a treat. Like you won't say, "Oh, I need a little snack," and get a big old cinnamon bun. That's like a treat. That's a treat. You would get like peanuts. You would get something, and take it one step further. It's not a healthy snack, right? So a treat is something that you do once in a while to treat yourself, right? And the idea is that Netflix, even news, YouTube, is not a true break. It's a treat. And so I think a lot of times, and this happened to me often, right? And this is something that I was thinking about, is that when I would take a break, I would say, "Oh, I need a break." Now I'll go on YouTube, or I need a break. I'll watch, TV, or whatever, right? Or get on one of the social media sites. But that's not a break. That's a treat. And so I had to read, and I haven't really implemented this, but it's like, what's a true break? Taking a walk, chilling, reading a book. That's a real break, right? Because it desensitizes, not desensitized, but you're not stimulating your mind to rapid. Even meditating. I know a lot of people don't meditate, but even meditating or going to the gym, that's a break from like anything that's
your norm.
Your norm, right? And the thing is treat these other things like YouTube, Netflix, movies, whatever,
or just going out to eat sometimes.
Yeah, treat those things as treats. They're not actual breaks. They're not like a snack. They're a treat. And treats are there to give you pleasure, right? Not quite replenish. It can be replenishing, but it's not there to replenish you. It's there to give you some type of pleasure, some type of joy. And then you shouldn't really indulge in those things. Those are things that you do occasionally. It's not something that you do every day. You won't eat a cinnamon bun every day.
I hope not. I hope not. But that was a good one. I like that. Treats as treats.
So that was I thought I was gonna flush it out, but
Peter Piper pick a pecker.
That was pretty good.
I had to try it, but hopefully y'all enjoyed that. I think this is the finale of our series. This is This is 3 parts right here, right?
3 parts.
Getaway with Chin. Write down in the comments if you would do a getaway. I'm gonna tag some people because some people made videos on their getaway experience. I'm gonna tag them to see if they experience what you experience. And then maybe I go.
You should.
And I have but my girl not let me go by myself.
Yeah, go with her.
Yeah, she's gonna
do like a yearly thing when y'all can write goals together.
Yeah. So hopefully y'all enjoy that. Look out for that. We probably do that. Probably not this year. So we already got plans for this year, but soon. Y'all be good, man. Blessings.